I know this sounds absolutely wild, but trust me, this is real. XRP is back in legal trouble. I'm not kidding. Check out this headline. XRP's legal status under fire again as Oregon pushes security label. Crazy, right? Tired of fake gurus who claim to be expert traders but never trade live? I trade live on the second largest crypto exchange, where everything is transparent and results can't be faked. For over 440 days, I've consistently closed every month in profit. In the last 90 days alone, my followers have earned over $34,000 in profits with only 4% drawdown. Verified results, not empty claims. Want to see my verified stats? Click the first link in my profile and start copying my trades for free today. Feels like we're stuck in a time loop, 2020 all over again, but nope, it's 2023 and here we are dealing with more legal drama. Now, here's where it gets messy. There's a misleading headline floating around from 2 days ago. XRP omitted in Coinbase lawsuit. Sounds shocking, right? But it's false. XRP is actually included in the lawsuit. Here's the kicker. I even covered this story in a video, but missed that XRP was involved because honestly, I couldn't find the actual document myself. And it seems like no one in crypto media had spotted it either. Actually, I came across something claiming XRP isn't involved in this, but guess what? It totally is. And that's absolutely mind-blowing. I'll break it all down for you, but first, let me make one thing crystal clear. I'm not a financial expert, not even close. This isn't financial advice, and seriously, don't make any buying or selling decisions based on what I say or write. All right, let's break this down. Set the stage, dive into what this whole thing is about, and then I'll bring you the latest scoop, including exactly where XRP is mentioned. Now, here's the deal. I spent a good 10 or 15 minutes hunting for this elusive document today, and honestly, I eventually threw in the towel. But hey, no big loss, because someone came through with a screen grab that gets straight to the point. That's probably the key takeaway anyway, so I think we're good for now. Still, I wish I'd caught this earlier. Could have just hit Control F, searched XRP, and spotted it right away. Honestly, it caught me off guard, just like I'm sure it did you. Turns out, someone in 2025 decided to take a swing at XRP. Spoiler alert, it's not going to end well for them. Obviously, Oregon takes aim at Coinbase after SEC backs off. It seems Oregon Attorney General Dan Rayfield is gearing up to file a lawsuit against crypto giant Coinbase, accusing the platform of selling unregistered securities to state residents. This move comes hot on the heels of the SEC dropping its federal lawsuit against the exchange. Yep, you heard that right. The SEC decided to walk away, but Rayfield is charging it anyway. What's the deal here? Is this some kind of Elizabeth Warren-inspired crusade? Honestly, it's hard to make sense of it. The whole thing feels like a major head-scratcher. According to Coinbase's chief legal officer, Paul Grewal, this lawsuit is basically a carbon copy of the SEC's 2023 case, the one the federal agency abandoned earlier this year. Grewal even claims the Oregon AG's office openly admitted they're just picking up where Gary Gensler's SEC left off. Seriously, you can't make this stuff up. This is the exact opposite of what Americans should be prioritizing right now. End of story. The lawsuit highlights that the crypto industry isn't out of the woods yet, still facing hurdles and resistance at the state level, even after scoring some major wins on the federal stage. State regulators pushing back could splinter U.S. crypto regulations, making a cohesive national policy nearly impossible. Shocking, not really. Frustrating, absolutely. This is wild, chaotic even, but here we are. So here's the scoop. Today, Oregon's Attorney General is dusting off a case that's already been laid to rest, launching a copycat version of the SEC's enforcement action against Coinbase. Quick refresher, when the SEC dropped that case, they did it with prejudice. Translation, they legally can't bring it back. But hey, looks like Oregon didn't get the memo. This kind of political posturing is a frustrating misuse of Oregon taxpayers' money. And before you think I'm jumping to conclusions, let me tell you, the agency outright admitted they're picking up where Gary Gensler's SEC left off. Yes, really. At a time when Americans should be prioritizing progress, this lawsuit takes us in the wrong direction. We're on the brink of bipartisan legislation for digital assets, but this move does nothing to protect consumers or strengthen U.S. leadership. We're confident in the facts and the law, and we're ready to take on this misguided case. Meanwhile, it's business as usual for us here in Oregon. Want to dive deeper? You can read more here. I also shared this on the channel earlier for anyone who missed it. Still, no luck finding the document on my own. I've looked everywhere, and it's nowhere to be found. If I'd known XRP was included, trust me, I would have led with that bombshell. But guess what? It's definitely there. I've been digging through the website. This is the Oregon Department of Justice we're talking about, but no dice. It's got to be buried in here somewhere, right? I did stumble across the story on the website, though, which is as close as I've gotten. Honestly, does it even matter at this point? Anyway, here's something else. Paul Graywall shared another post saying, "We finally got a copy of the Oregon AG complaint." So, if the intent wasn't already crystal clear, Section 9 lays it all bare. First, it conveniently skips over Judge Fela's order granting an interlocutory appeal in the SEC case. Second, it completely ignores Judge Torres' landmark decision in the XRP ruling. Third, it's stamped with the logos of two private law firms clearly cashing in on this suit. Fourth, it takes the audacious step of calling the SEC chairman a crypto lobbyist. And fifth, here's the kicker, it complains about Gensler's lead lawyer being reassigned to the IT department. Subtle, not even close. That last part, hilarious. Yes, that actually happened. In case you missed it, Gensler wrapped up the year in December with a baffling move. He promoted Jorge Tenrera, the guy heading up the Ripple lawsuit. Promoted him! His new title? Let's just say it's a major upgrade, though the details are fuzzy. You can't make this stuff up. So Trump gets elected, and somehow this guy ends up demoted to the IT department. How does that even happen? He's a lawyer, not some tech wizard. It's bizarre, and honestly, kind of hilarious. Picture a lawyer troubleshooting Wi-Fi. Wild. But here's the kicker. The lawsuit completely skips over Judge Torres' XRP ruling. They just leave it out, like no judge reviewing this will notice. Really? And Coinbase? Like they weren't going to call it out? Come on, give me a break. Now, check out this juicy tidbit shared by Justin Slaughter. He points out that the Oregon AG suit actually goes bigger than the SEC complaint. It claims 31 tokens as unregistered securities, including Uni, Aave, Flow, Link, MKR, and yep, even XRP. Definitely more to come. This lawsuit is the definition of throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks. It's absolute chaos. Even the SEC, when they went after Ripple and targeted XRP holders, didn't cross this line. In their case against Coinbase, they didn't even drag XRP into it. Seriously, how big of a fool do you have to be to pull a move like this? And how clueless can someone possibly get? The asset itself isn't a security. Come on, that's basic stuff. What's going on here? It's clearly not going to end well. This isn't about justice. It's an outright attack. As for motives, who knows? But let's be real. This attorney general is probably leaning left, because you rarely see this kind of thing from the right. And honestly, crypto shouldn't even be a partisan issue. It's frustrating to see it being treated this way. Let's face it, this asset class is here to stay. It's thriving, evolving, and cementing its place. So can we please cut out the nonsense? But nope, not everyone feels that way. Enter this guy. Anyway, here's the screen grab you need to see. I'm actually glad he shared it because honestly, I couldn't track down the original document and who knows if it really matters. The important part, it's right there. XRP being outright attacked. Why, you ask? Reasons? Just reasons. It's absurd, isn't it? Completely ridiculous. It's 2025, people. Enough with this nonsense already. For the record, I'm not worried about this. Not even a little. Just calling out the absurdity where it's due. I get the humor, I really do, but seriously, it's a bit over the line, don't you think? XRP holders have been through the ringer already. Can we just not? Anyway, I doubt this will amount to much, but wow, here we are. What a ride. Oh, and by the way, I'm not a financial advisor. Please don't make any buying or selling decisions based on what I say or write. Trust me, that would be a terrible idea.